loves cookies? I do. I love cookies. Now, do you ever go to the store and get a box of cookies and take it home and enjoy eating those yummy cookies? Now, when you do that, look at the ingredient list on the cookies from the store, and you're going to notice there's probably a lot of ingredients in those cookies. A pretty long list, and some of those words you might not even recognize. I like to make cookies that don't have so many ingredients in them, and I want us to be able to recognize all of the ingredients in our cookies, because that means we know that the cookies are healthy. So these cookies are very healthy, and they're so healthy in fact that they're a great breakfast snack. So you can bake them and set them aside, and then when you don't have anything for breakfast, you can just grab a little breakfast cookie. They're also just a great snack in general. Now, remember when we read the book about swimming, and the little girl who was really nervous about learning to swim and nervous about getting into the pool? She was so nervous that she had a tummy ache. Did you know that bananas are actually good for your tummy and can help your tummy to feel better, and they can help you feel more calm as well. They can help you feel less anxiety and less stress, just like the little girl was feeling in the beginning of the book. And then once she became more comfortable, she started to love swimming, and she started to feel very calm in the water. We all love to feel calm and good. So we're going to make these banana oatmeal cookies and use the awesome properties of bananas to help our tummies and our bodies feel better. So this recipe only uses a few ingredients, like all of our recipes. We need bananas, peanut butter or sunflower butter, either one, coconut sugar, coconut oil, and oats. So those are the ingredients in our cookies. Are you guys ready to get started? So the first thing I'm going to do is preheat my oven to 325 degrees. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, my oven is preheating, and now I'm going to get 2 bananas. These bananas are pretty ripe. They could even be more ripe. They could be a little bit on the brown side outside, and that just means that they're really, really sweet. So I'm going to get the extra ripe bananas from my bunch, 2 big bananas, and I'm going to put my bananas in my bowl, and I'm going to mash them up. So you're going to need a fork so that you can mash up your bananas. Maybe you all have made banana bread before, and you do the same thing. You need to mash up those bananas. So I'm mashing up my bananas, getting them nice and squishy and soft for my cookies. And while I'm mashing them up, they're going to get even sweeter. These are going to add a lot of the sweetness into our cookies so that we don't have to add too much sugar. So mash up your bananas with your fork. This is actually a really fun job. I like doing it. I like using my hands to make things. Do you? Okay, my bananas are pretty well mashed up. You can really spend a long time on this part, getting them nice and soft. Nice and mushy bananas. Okay, so you see my bananas all mashed up in the bottom? Now I am going to add my peanut butter or my sunflower butter. So I need 1/2 cup of the peanut butter or sunflower butter if you're allergic to peanuts, or if you just like the taste of sunflower butter. And this is the protein part. Right? We all love to have protein, especially for breakfast, so that's going to add our protein. Now, I'm going to add the sugar. And we've talked about sugar before and how we like to use different kinds of sugar. Last time we used maple syrup, and that's a great sweetener. Another one of my favorite kinds of sugar is coconut sugar. And it's actually so much my favorite that I keep it in a little container right on my counter, and this is what I use as most of my sugar sweeteners. So I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of coconut sugar. Coconut sugar just looks like brown sugar. It tastes a bit like brown sugar as well. So 3 tablespoons are going in. Okay, and now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. You could probably use olive oil if you wanted to. I like coconut oil, but another oil would work as well. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of coconut oil in. Coconut oil is a really healthy fat. It's also very, very good for our brains. So please use coconut oil whenever you can. All right, so I've got my bananas, I've got my nut butter, I've got my coconut sugar and my coconut oil. And now I'm going to take my spoon and I'm just going to really mix this up. We like to keep just a few ingredients in our cookies, like I talked about earlier, but you could add vanilla. You could add cinnamon if you wanted to add a few more delicious flavors. But these cookies really are delicious just how they are. Okay, so I've got that all mixed up into a dough, and the only thing I still need to add is my oats. So I'm going to add 2 cups of oats now. My rolled oats ready. Now if you're a gluten-free person, if you're allergic to gluten, just make sure you're using gluten-free oats. Those are easy to find now. So there's 1 cup of rolled oats. And 1 more cup makes 2 cups of rolled oats. Now we're going to mix up our cookie dough one more time. Mix all those oats in. These cookies are smelling good. I can really smell the banana. So these cookies are ready to bake. I like to add 1 more ingredient just to make them extra delicious. What I like to add is these mini chocolate chips. I don't even think I need to measure the chips. I'm just going to pour a few in to make my cookies extra yummy. But you could just make them as is and stop at the oats. So it's up to you. It depends on what you like. So now I've got my chocolate chips in the dough, and I'm going to stir those in. Stir it up. Okay, my dough is ready to make into cookies and bake in the oven. So I have a little scoop here, and I'm just going to scoop my cookies right onto my cookie tray. Now I put parchment paper on the bottom of my cookie tray. You can either use parchment paper or you can spray a little oil on your tray, whatever you like to do, but just make sure that you have something so that they don't stick. So once you've scooped all your cookies onto your tray, I'm going to do 3 just to show you. You want to take a spoon and just flatten your cookies a little bit because they don't spread out very much when they bake, because they have all those delicious bananas in them. So I'm going to get a spoon. And you can see that I scooped my 3 cookies onto my tray. And now I'm just going to take my spoon and smash the cookies so that they're a little flatter. About like that. So now my banana oatmeal chocolate chip cookies are ready to go into the 325-degree oven. Here they go. Now, do you all have a timer at your house, maybe that's close by to your oven or attached to your oven? You're going to want to bake these cookies for 10 to 12 minutes. And you'll have to test them at 10 minutes or take a look at them and see if you think they need a little bit more time. Mine took almost exactly 12 minutes, and they were delicious. So I'm going to set my timer for 12 minutes. And I made some of these cookies already, so I'm going to show you what they look like when they're done. Really, really tasty. Here's the cookies that I made that already have come out of the oven. And I can keep these in my fridge or in a little cookie jar. And they just make the best protein-packed snack. So let me know how you enjoy these cookies. If you liked adding the chocolate chips, if you used sunflower butter or peanut butter, if you added anything like vanilla or cinnamon. Put your own little twist on these breakfast cookies because there's a lot you can do with this basic recipe. Thanks for joining us for snack time, and I'll see you all tomorrow.